Grey's Anatomy.
I can give you guys 15 minutes, and after that, I have to amputate.
Understood.
I remember being covered in blood, and we were standing covered in blood for 2 days.
Just 1 second, Dr. Gray. Just one more. We should be able to turn back the auger and pull him out.
No.
Full days, like 8-hour days, standing covered in blood. It's me, Michael Carbonaro, who's became the famous magician. He's laying down there, the bastard. And it's me, and I'm with Sarah Ramirez and Ellen Pompeo. We're delirious. And I have this line where I say, I need a pair of Phillips head screwdrivers and a pair of pliers. Stat!
We need a set of Allen wrenches and a Phillips head screwdriver.
And I am so delirious that during one of the rehearsals I said, I need a pound of salami, 2 AA batteries, and season 3 of Will and Grace on DVD. Stat! Sarah Ramirez is so delirious she falls on the floor laughing. She goes, you gotta say that when the cameras are on. I go, no, they'll fire me. She goes, please say it. So the cameras are on me and I go, oh God. So I say it, Sarah Ramirez falls on the floor laughing. The crew kind of laughs, they're confused. And they go, okay, she thought it was the greatest thing ever. So I made her laugh, I made her happy.
Is that bad or good?
Dr. Gray, is that bad or good?
That's good.
And I got the faint on TV. I wanted to fall over into like some medical equipment, but they put a mattress behind me and said, just fall backwards. So I crossed my eyes and fell backwards. The guy said, don't cross your eyes. Now, you know how hard it is not to cross your eyes when you fall? So I did it again. He goes, no, don't cross your eyes. So I just looked up and fell. And I got the faint on TV.
Okay, so
Abbott Elementary.
Meet Vinny Romano.
Call me the tire iron.
So this was their second episode, the first episode after the pilot, so it's their first week of work. And I remember the show hadn't aired yet, so they had no idea they were going to be a hit.
Hundreds of us come piling off this bus, right? And the punk firefighters didn't even show their pretty little faces, And the pigs, they were mad because we were throwing rocks. It's like, hey, just relax. It's just freaking rocks,
What was fun was that all the kids, they're not actors, they're just fucking regular kids. And they had an extra scene that didn't wind up in the show. They said, we need you to talk for a while in case we have to cut back to you in the classroom while they're talking outside. I said, all right. So they gave me 2 pages of a soliloquy that I had to memorize in a half hour. And at the end of the scene, I have to say to the kid, do you want that? Do you want to be treated that way? Is that what you want? Don't you want to fight back? And the kid just ad-libbed and went, yeah. And then I just went, well, I go get him. And I slammed his desk, and the kid ran out. And they go, good cut. And everybody applauded. And the kid comes back in. He goes, he scared the shit out of me. Shameless.
Hey, Dexter, what's shaking?
Frankie.
Hey.
Wow. Long time. I remember the audition. There was all these different types of guys. Like, some guys are dressed like security guards. It always makes me laugh when somebody comes in their costume. I always want to show up in the wrong costume, like a Revolutionary War costume. What do you mean it's for a security guard?
Yeah.
I am so sorry, buddy.
Thanks.
And then William H. Macy's character says in the audition, that man that was with her, yeah, that's her ex-husband. That's probably how everybody else did it. But I did it as if I'm his friend, and because I am his friend, and I'm letting him know that he's got a chance. I went, yeah, that's her ex-husband.
Yeah, her ex-husband.
Good to know.
And I remember the director going, whoa, ho, 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 ho. So I got the part because of that.
Come on.
And originally my character was called Dexter. But then they changed it to Baxter, probably because Dexter is, reminiscent of the show Dexter. So, but William H. Macy was still calling my character Dexter, and he just couldn't remember that I was changed to Baxter. So after the 3rd take where he goes, Dexter, could you turn the TV off? I said, sure, I'll tell Baxter. And the crew laughed. And he was like, what did I do? I felt bad. I made him look stupid. I was just an asshole.
She was so different the other day. We really had a connection. She's so normal now.
Well, they're always that way when they get released from here, Frank. You know that.
I had about a year and a half before, worked with Katie Seagal on Superior Donuts.
Would you shut up? You're giving me a migraine.
Okay. I'm convinced you're married. You fight worse than my parents. And they shot each other.
And while I was talking to her, she was asking about me. I was like, well, I'm thinking about moving to New York. I have multiple sclerosis. And a year and a half passes by, and I show up to the Shameless table read. And this is Brian Scolaro. I sit down. And right next to me it says Katie Seagal. Oh, Katie Seagal. And she shows up. She looks at me and she goes, you didn't move to New York. I go, how the fuck do you remember that? She goes, how's the MS? I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that?
Oh, look at that. Someone got some pretty balloons.
So then, at the table read, they introduced the guest cast to the rest of the cast. They introduced Katie Seagal first. So everyone's like, hey, because she's famous. Then they introduced me after her. And I go, why the fuck would you introduce me after her? Nobody knows who I am. But William H. Macy got up and gave me a standing ovation. Fucking nice as that. Conan.
Do you think somewhere in the world there's a Chinese guy who's really ticklish and his name is Gitchy Goo? That's actually my last joke. Bye. Thanks.
Very funny.
Frank Scolaro, that is our show. Good night, everyone.
So, when I was a kid, I loved Letterman. I saw the David Letterman 10th anniversary special from late night, and I was in love. So I started to go see him. I would sit in the audience and watch the show. Twice, I think. And then when I was in college, I went when Conan was doing it. And Conan's show was so brilliant. I was like, this is the show to get on. I want to do this show. And so then I wound up booking Late Night with Conan O'Brien. So now I'm walking out on the stage that I was in the audience of as a kid. You know how fucking awesome that is?
We all have the same noises, orgasms. I had phone sex recently. Not embarrassed talking about it. Everybody, you know, she knew we were having it. Nobody was being tricked.
The show just starts. Conan comes out. He's crying. His friend Tim Russert, the political analyst, had a heart attack 2 floors up and died an hour ago. His son is Conan's personal assistant. Conan would eat lunch with this guy every day in the commissary. So he's heartbroken. So they start showing clips. The audience is freaked out. Michael Strahan comes out. Nobody laughs. D.L. Hewley comes out for an interview. Nobody laughs. It's awkward. His hat is over his eyes. I go out. It's like a disaster. And then I get to my orgasm bit and everything goes great.
Then when I have one, it sounds like I'm falling down the stairs. It's like,
My leg, time out. I'll call you back.
oh. Thanks a lot, everybody. It's very nice here. Thanks.
That's very good. Thank you so much. Frank Scolaro, everybody. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
And Conan calls me over to the chair. So I'm sitting next to Conan. Now I'm on a show that I always wanted to be on. I'm sitting next to Conan. D.L. Hewley's right here. The band's like bum 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 bum. And Conan leans over to me. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna say something good. He goes, you think 40 is a good age, and then your friends die. So I go, yeah. I mean, I'll be 40 in 2 years. And D.L. Hewley goes, I'm there now. And we're all thinking about how we're going to die. And the band's like, so, when you see, like, actors talking to the talk show host during, coming back from commercial break talking, that's what they're talking about. Death. Bones.
Of course I didn't believe him. That's why I went home and started working on a picket line. I got phone records and everything to prove it.
Bones, I was in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska, doing a show. And my manager texted me. He goes, do you have an audition for Bones? I'm like, I'm in Alaska. He goes, all right, well, you got a self-tape. I was like, I don't have anybody to read with. I don't know anybody. You got to have somebody to come sit next to you and read the parts. But there was nobody there. It's Alaska.
Oh, come on. You guys think I killed him? I'm a businessman. All we ever did was talk.
So I had to record by myself, and what I said in the audition was, I'm in Alaska, I have nobody to read with, there's 4 people in the whole state, and one of them's a moose. So the other part was not read. I would do my line, pretend to listen to nothing, and then respond. And then listen to nobody, and then respond. It was ridiculous. And I got the part.
You guys should be writers the way you come up with these stories. None of the above, actually.
And when I got there, the guy said, you know why I hired you? I go, why? He goes, because I felt bad for you. You were in Alaska. Alton Nights.
Open the door. Come on. I can't find the keys. Let's go. You're making me nervous, man. Calm down. Listen, you got a peace sign, you get rid of it.
First of all, working with Barry Levinson was awesome. Everyone wants to talk to Barry Levinson about the Rain Man or Wag the Dog or The Natural. I talked to him about High Anxiety because he co-wrote High Anxiety with Mel Brooks, and he's the guy with the newspaper who attacks Mel Brooks in the Psycho scene in the shower. So when I saw Barry Levinson wasn't doing anything, I said, hey, Barry, listen, my family would watch High Anxiety at least 4 times a year. And he went, High Anxiety? I said, yeah. And I just started doing his lines. I was like, here's your paper, happy now, happy. And he laughed. He goes, oh, you know the movie? I was like, I know the whole movie. It's nice. I go, oh, Dennis, Dr. Yes, I know. Get the newspaper. Get the newspaper. Get the newspaper. He goes, well, you know all the lines. I was like, yeah.
Oh, Dennis, Dr. Thorndike in room 1702 just called down to remind you not to...
I know! Get the newspaper! Get the newspaper! Get the newspaper!
So, my favorite part of Alton Nights is I'm standing next to De Niro. We're in a scene together. I'm standing there. You can't see me in the shot, which is crazy. Standing right next to him. I don't know if they airbrush me out. I'm standing right there. This is his head here. His head, me. Hi. And a lot of times, a really good actor will say the line a few times to get the other actor to say his response better. So De Niro goes, "Where's Frank?" And the other guy says, Frank thought it would be better if he came later because the day's about you. So De Niro must have not liked the way he said it. So without them yelling cut, he said, "Where's Frank?" Well, he thought it would be better if he came later because today's about you. "Where's Frank?" Well, he thought he'd be here later. He thought it'd be better if the day was about you. "Where's Frank?" Well, he thought it'd be better if today was about you. They went cut. Then I went, "Yeah, but where's Frank?" I can't believe I said that. And De Niro turns to me and goes, Yeah. Where the fuck is Frank? I had 3 scenes originally. Well, 4. The first one was me driving up Gambino, and Robert De Niro has a voiceover explaining who I am. I guess they cut that because it's right before the climax and the building to the climax, and now you're going to stop and introduce 2 characters? It doesn't make sense.
Ah! Cops! What cops? Where? In the field.
But I did have this one idea that was funny. Since there was a cooking, it was like a cookout, like a barbecue scene, I stole the big kielbasa and I put it in my pocket. And when I ran to the car, I go, I can't find my keys. So I put my wallet on top of the car, I put my handkerchief on top of the car, and then I put a kielbasa on top of the car. And Barry Levinson and the first AD just broke out laughing. Now, even though they didn't use it, if you look closely, you could still see the kielbasa on top of the car. Wizards of Waverly Place.
We're emergency wizards. I got a report here of someone using the wizard mail to request emergency services when, in fact, no services were required.
Yeah, they pranked us.
That's what I just said.
You took too long, you know?
First of all, I had to wear prosthetics. I had like a fake jaw. Like, I couldn't eat lunch. I had to drop rice into my mouth to eat. And also, when you go out with a fake forehead and fake wig and jaw, like, they're not, and they bring you on set, the producers have to look at you and say, keep that, get rid of that. So you're just not even a human being anymore. You're just standing there while 12 people look at you and go, and meanwhile, you're a human being.
Okay, I see. Was that short enough for you?
Oh, now we're doing short jokes?
But what was fun was walking around the studio. Like, Carlos Mencia's walking with Brad Williams. And they go, hey guys. And Brad Williams laughs. He goes, oh, it's Scolaro. And so then I see Sarah Silverman in a window. She's doing her TV show. And I go, I wave, and she doesn't know it's me. She starts laughing. Who the fuck is this goblin waving at me? The funniest part was Greg Giraldo, who lives in New York, was for some reason in LA. And he's in the parking lot talking to his wife on the phone. And I haven't seen him in years. So I go, Greg! And meanwhile, I'm dressed like a goblin. And he goes, hang on, honey. There's a maniac here who thinks he knows me.
Get out of here!
I'll go when I'm ready.
Selena Gomez and I are talking. And I'm a goblin. She probably didn't know what I look like, for real.
Who are you?
I'm Jeremy. From Science.
He's Jeremy from Science, but I'm not with him.
Jeremy from Science? Is there even a Jeremy in Science?
Of course there is. He has a huge crush on you.
But hello, Jeremy from Science.
And she was telling me that she just recorded an album. Now, she has no idea how famous she's going to be, but I know.
I can see the ropes!
Yep, those are definitely ropes. Cannot hide these.
So I say, do me a favor. Is you're going to become really famous? She goes, yeah? I go, yeah. Can you do me a favor? She goes, well, what's that? I go, will you be nice to people like me when you're famous? And she goes, okay, yeah, sure. Like, she was such a sweet little girl. And so I'm the reason she's nice.
Goblin, can you figure out a way to draw everyone's attention?
All right, well, I'm a goblin. That usually does it. Just make my hair look a little crazy.
Go on. Now, my scene's not even in it anymore. But I was offered the part, no audition, because a guy named Matt Horowitz, who was friends with Elon Gold and would visit the show Stacked. So he knew I was funny, so they just offered me a part. But what was fun about it is I'm sitting next to Matthew Perry. And he's got the flu. He's not doing well. And he says, I think I'm going to die, says to everybody. Because who would they get to replace me if I died? John Stamos? And I just couldn't have that. And I said, nah. He looked at me. Like, when you're a guest role, you're not supposed to talk to them. He looks at me. He goes, no? I go, no. It's like, he's famous, but he's not funny. I said, you're one of the best sitcom actors of all time. He goes, really? I go, Shelley Long, Kelsey Grammer, Danny DeVito, Michael Richards, and you. And he goes, and they go, okay, we're going to start now. He goes, hang on. This guy's saying nice things about me. So then we do a couple of takes, and then I say, I was going to bring my Almost Heroes DVD for you to sign. He goes, you know, that would have been the first time I signed one of those? I said, it was a great movie. He goes, yeah. So I start doing lines from the movie. White, you know what they say? White water in the morning. Yeah, that's it.
Sir, there's an old saying, white water in the morning. Yes? That's it.
We started doing lines from the movie, the two of us. And I said, why was that movie a bigger hit? He goes, he died. He died right before it came out, so there was no promotion. I go, oh my God. And when I left, he looked awful. He looked so sick. And I said, hey, I just want to thank you for being so nice to me. It was a real pleasure to work with you. You know, it's a real sad what happened to him because you couldn't get a nicer guy to recognize another actor on his way up or down or whatever, to recognize the fact that I was nice and funny and to treat me well when you're the lead and you're not feeling well. I don't know if I would have been that nice. It was a good man. Dexter. Dexter's the first dramatic role I did professionally. When I auditioned for the part, they had a line blacked out in the script. And then when I got the part, I saw what the line was.
Instead, I'm waiting for the fat man to sing.
You sons of bitches. I wasn't even fat.
Dexter Morgan.
In the flesh.
Please give me your access code for the Central Forensic Database.
I'd like you to walk me through your filing system.
I'll need a breakdown of evidentiary procedure and protocol.
Is there something particular I can help you with?
We just need your help navigating the lab. Your code, please.
May I?
But I still had to shake off the multicam acting style because the director said, "Can you tone down the facial expressions?" I said, "Oh yeah, sure." Like I was still doing comedy acting.
Why don't I just?
I've got it.
It'll be faster.
I've got it. In fact, I think we can get along on our own from here.
And he sings.
Remember, Michael C. Hall was very much in character. In his mind, I realized later he's worried about how he's got to bury a body. He's worried about his job. But this is the character's thoughts. So he was doing his character. So then I come back a week later, and now his character has buried the body, has captured the bad guy, and switched everything. So now he's all relaxed.
Mr. Morgan, Special Agent Lundy thought you might need our help.
So I flub a line. He goes, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Like, really nice. Really nice to say that. He could see that I was stressed, and he was like, no, it's great. So we do our scene, and it goes really well. And I'm on the studio lot a month later for an audition, and he goes walking by, and he sees me, and he goes, hey! He walks over to me. He comes to me. He's a celebrity. I'm just an idiot. He comes over to me and asks how I'm doing. How nice is that? The life at times of Tim.
I can't tell you who it is, as I signed a document.
He made you sign a document? This guy sounds like an asshole.
He took my thumbprint.
What? You don't have any more thumbprints?
Listen.
Steve Dodarian is a genius. He writes these shows, he acts in these shows, he directs the shows, produces the shows, and then edits the shows. And he draws the shows. So this motherfucker auditions me to play his best friend. But he gives the part to Nick Kroll. So now a year later, I get a phone call that Steve Dodarian, who somehow remembers me from a year ago, offers me the part of the mugger.
Here you go, $22. Take it.
Thank you very much. See you later there, chump. All right, you've just been mugged. Yeah! Shit.
I think the power's out.
This is awkward.
If you can find the mugger episode, it's all ad-libs between me and Steve. Like the script was there, but we just ad-libbed so much of it.
What's that?
Do you guys work together?
Work? No. Randy mugged me this morning.
And now he knows where we live.
Amy, please. You guys are like family. I would not steal from my family. Especially because you got shit here. I mean, there's just nothing here. It's crap. Who would want this shit? Ugh. Can't even believe you have it.
So now 3 years pass by, maybe more. In 5. And I get a phone call. They want me to play the uncle on his show. And I'm like, I can't believe this guy remembers me. No producer has ever fucking just been like, hey, on their own, called me 10 years later and said, I got something for you. This guy just keeps bringing me back. So 10-year-old Tom, Uncle Bill was one of my favorite characters I ever played.
Listen, I can't talk now. I'm taking a dump.
What?
I can't get off the can, Tommy.
No, Bill, please, don't hang up. No.
And I got to add so many lines. I got to add tons of lines.
Listen, I gotta ask you, what's the bathroom situation here? I mean, do I go to the bathroom indoors, or is it anything goes?
No, Uncle Bill, it is not an anything goes thing. So we're gonna want you to go indoors.
All right. Well, you might want to check your driveway.
Bill, just pay the guy.
I don't speak English. Mi amo biblioteca. I gotta go.
Oh no, Bill!
I fell on my whacking arm farm. Ah, I can feel it in my sack again. Oh, the seat's too small. Ow, in my ass. I called the Phillies, the Orioles, the Mets. No one needs a ball boy right now.
Wait.
And I'm not working for the Yankees, no matter how funny their name is.
I love Steve Dotarian. It's one of my favorite parts I've ever played, Uncle Bill. And plus, the good thing about voiceover is that you can show up in flip-flops and pajama bottoms. You can even not shower. You're in a booth by yourself. It's so much fun.
I'm gonna stab a bitch, gonna stab a bitch, gonna stab a bitch on the subway tonight. Could it be you? Could it be you? Who am I gonna stab? Nobody knows. Yeah, gonna stab a bitch. Thank you. That's about stabbing bitches. Next time could be you. Thank you.
My only weird memory is I had to do a scene with Bob Einstein, who's Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's Albert Brooks' brother, Super Dave Osborne. So I'm a falafel salesman, and I do a scene with Steve.
He wants a falafel.
Because you sell falafels?
No, because he wants falafels. Look at him.
That's the look on his face.
That's the look on that elephant's face.
And then he walks in, and he goes, "Who's this fat turd?" Now, first of all, it's a cartoon. I'm not fat in the cartoon. Second of all, I'm a falafel guy. So why would we say, "Who's this guy?" when I'm in a falafel hat and a falafel stand? So third of all, I'm not fucking responding to that shit. So I go, he's probably just trying to be nice, involving me in the improv. But fuck him. What I wanted to say was, I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not the guy who has a career because his brother was funny. Everything but the girl. This was the Steve Corin project. Steve Corin wrote on Seinfeld. They actually used his name in a few Seinfeld scenes.
This is Stephen Corin.
And he was a writer on Saturday Night Live. Worked his way up from a page. Then he also became a writer for Adam Sandler movies.
I couldn't guess you go back to Downey. He's such a control freak. I could kill that guy.
I don't think so, Toddy. I saw a picture of him. He's huge.
Even if he wasn't huge, I'm all talk.
And then Steve Corin said he watched a 12-hour tape from actors in Chicago, a 12-hour tape of actors in LA, a 12-hour tape from actors in San Francisco, a 12-hour tape of actors in Miami, a 12-hour tape of actors in New York, and I was the very last guy at the end of all these tapes. And he goes, "That's him."
And then she wants to go out again.
She said that?
Well, yeah. Well, after I told her how hot you look with your shirt off.
Oh my God, you lying monkey. Thank you. Oh. You know, since you saw me with my shirt off, it seems only fair.
No!
Okay.
And he made them fly me out. Apparently what happened was that after I left, they all started talking, like Jeff Zucker, the head of NBC, just started talking about other things. And then Steve said, "Well, which guy do you like?" And he goes, "Well, Brian, obviously." Isn't that awesome?
Whoa, okay. Yeah, not that nice. It's just a first date, Tiger. Bye.
So he let me ad-lib. So my very first job as a regular on a network sitcom, I was allowed to ad-lib. I ad-lib little things like,
She probably wants to straighten up. Who am I talking to? How'd that sound?
Great. Now try it again in another man's body.
And he said the head of NBC was like, "Why is he doing that?" He goes, "I don't know, but I'm glad he is."
Wait, so no movies, no food, no calls?
That's right, I'm a new man.
And my favorite part is I got to ad-lib at the end.
No, really. This time I'm gonna change my life.
Oh, wait. I said it again. Everybody drink! Okay?
Tiffany Thiessen was amazing. Like, she was so kind and welcoming and funny and beautiful. She was perfect at sitcoms. And she should have her own sitcom. Like, she was the best.
Yeah, I just don't think you should give a woman a rose on a first date. You should make her earn it.
She did earn it. She didn't reject me. She wins the flower.
But I remember I was so nervous. As I was driving in my rent-a-car to the lot, the little gate goes open, and I drove, and then the gate started closing. But I panicked and kept driving, and the gate went and I broke, and the gate went flying. But I panicked and just kept driving. So about halfway through the day, security shows up, and they go, "Is Brian Scolaro here?" And I go, "Yeah." They go, "You drove through the gate." I go, "I know, I got scared." Three Sisters.
Okay, I gotta be honest. This is a little weird for me. I mean, we're friends and we work together, and now we're on a date. All I can think of talking about is work stuff, like that new drainage system behind the bar, which is pretty great because I worked like 3 shifts the other day and my shoes were totally dry. You smell really good.
Gordon, are you nervous?
No. What are you, a cop?
So there was a writer on the Steve Corin project, Everything But the Girl, called Lester Lewis. He wrote for The Office. Lester Lewis was on the writing staff for Three Sisters. So he told the 2 producers, Deanne Helene and Eileen Heisler, "This guy's really funny. He just stole the show." And Jeff Zucker from ABC liked me from the pilot. So they were looking to put me somewhere. So they put me on Three Sisters.
There are a lot of people, a lot of very intelligent people who've had paranormal experiences. Go ahead, tell them, Gordon.
My great aunt killed her husband in a murderous rage. Now his ghost walks the attic in the night with an axe. Hardly worth talking about.
When I look back on it, it was the best part I ever played. He was a real guy. He had normal emotions. Like, one episode he'd be confident, one episode he'd be funny, one episode he'd be scared, one episode he'd be jealous. He was like a real person.
You want to go out with me? Basically, what you can expect, besides the flop sweat, are moments of uncomfortable silence, panicky phone calls asking how I'm doing, sending inappropriate gifts, then trying to intercept them before they get to your door. That sound like fun? You want a piece of that magic, huh?
And what I also liked about it is that if there was a fat joke, they had me say it. They didn't have every other show I've done, they have characters make fun of my weight, which is like shitty as fuck.
I'm serious, we can do this. You're a great bartender, and I'm very charming.
I'm a great bartender and very charming. What are you bringing to the table?
Got a great rack.
So do I. Keep going.
Even if anybody did see anything, who cares? It's a human body. The human body's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, just you wait.
And I was in love with AJ Langer. Like, in my so-called life, I was like, this girl's beautiful. Now here I am on Three Sisters with her playing her love interest. Love interest. Look at me. I was hired to play her love interest.
So what do you think? It's planned for me and spontaneous for you.
Wow, Gordon. I don't see any way I can possibly wreck this.
So I did good? Because like I said, I'm not good at the dating part, especially with girls like you. Usually, I only dream of girls like you, and frankly, in my dreams, there isn't a whole lot of dating.
I was in Vegas, and I was sitting in the back of a pickup truck with my friend Brett. And this car full of girls was behind us, and they're waving at me and Brett. I'm like, what's going on here? And then they held up a piece of paper to the windshield, and it said 3 sisters, question mark? And I was like, yeah. Like, everything was going great. And then 9/11 happened, and people just stopped watching TV for a while.
Huh?
It'd be good. I mean, how often do you get a chance to be one-on-one with my mom?
I gotta tell you, Annie, I don't think I've been one-on-one with my mom.
The middle. Now, The Middle was written by Deanne Helene and Eileen Heisler, who were the people who wrote 3 Sisters.
Stephen's mom told me that she just had her first orgasm.
Well, at least she's got something to be thankful for.
And I literally wrote to them on Facebook and said, hey, if you got anything, I'd love to audition. So they said, well, actually, we have a part, you can just do it.
Here's a complimentary cheese platter. You guys mind doubling up on a fork?
Are you sure that's it? Because we paid for the $15.99 deluxe package.
Right. Yeah. There you go. All right. Deluxe.
And I remember I'm walking with Patricia Heaton to the set. I love Patricia Heaton. I mean, so I say, hey, listen, I've seen every episode of Waverly Place probably 10 times. And what you did was incredible. To be the source of conflict on the show, but yet walk that line of being unlikable, to never cross that line, and to still be funny and sexy. You went, sexy, huh? I said, oh, God, please don't fire me. She goes, thank you. Like, it was, that alone was awesome. That was a lot of I'm blushing.
Are either one of you pregnant?
That's sweet of you to ask, but no.